Bioregional charcoal is highlighting how environmentally minded entrepreneurs can make lasting changes by turning their business ideas into social enterprises. The initiative, which now produces 300 tonnes of charcoal a year, was spurred by a growing love of barbecues in the UK and the fact that 90% of the charcoal used on them was imported, neglecting the potential of the UK's own dwindling woodlands.
What we wanted to do was put money back into traditional woodland management. So we have a lot of woodlands for instance, in the southeast of England, which are not managed, but would really benefit by introducing traditional woodland management practices. So that can bring a lot of benefit to the wildlife as well of these areas. So what we wanted to do is to create a network of local woodland producers around the whole of the UK to supply some of our largest national retailers like B&Q, Sainsbury and Tesco.
One of the first and biggest suppliers is the Tregothnan estate in Kent. Here, the ancient tradition of coppicing and making charcoal is still very much alive. Sustainable management of the trees ensures a steady supply of charcoal, firewood and kindling. Charcoal has been produced in the UK for centuries, using the wood from birch and oak trees, which create variation in the finished product.
Wood is seasoned for about 15 months for charcoal production. When stacked in these retorts behind us, and then it's a 2-day burn involving one day which is really drying, steaming through, driving off a lot of water, and the second day we actually push the temperature up to about 400 degrees Celsius, and then which produces gases from the wood which we can then put back into our furnace to actually burn itself. So it's much more efficient because it actually is burning off its own gases.
Supplying big chains with charcoal in summer and firewood in winter has allowed the company to develop into a year-round business. Products meet strict management standards set by the Forest Stewardship Council. And as well as being a cheaper fuel in times of spiralling energy prices, homegrown products conserve threatened tropical forests in developing countries and have a smaller carbon footprint, travelling only short distances from the woodland to the shop floor.
We have a lot of problem with deforestation around the world, and particularly things like mangrove swamps in tropical areas which are being cleared, and charcoal still in the UK, some of that is coming from cleared mangrove forests. So what we wanted to do was create a more eco-friendly charcoal, which can also put money back into our local woodlands. And also by reducing the transport distances so that we have a local product, we have calculated with London University that there's an 85% reduction in carbon emissions by reducing that transport distance down.
Bioregional does make a profit, but most of that is donated to woodland charities. And the company is looking to expand further, reviving British woodlands and increasing the supply of greener charcoal in the UK.